What's up, everybody? I'm back with a new reaction video of this YouTuber that I just recently started following, Leaflit. And I'm starting to really enjoy these VTubers a lot. There's quite a few of them that I'm starting to subscribe to. So check out Leaflit, because I just like her take on a lot of stuff and love her content. Um, so it's gonna be quite a few stuff that I'm probably gonna be reacting to of hers in the future. But the first one I want to react to is called "Kick Them Out." Pretty much people have been like, because the Olympics, the Winter Olympics is going on, and a few of the American Olympians that's supposed to be representing our country has pretty much been bashing our country. It's kind of been wild. It's just like a wild thing to be doing right now, and you're supposed to be bringing people together, and you pulling stuff. You're supposed to be representing us, and you pulling stunts like that, where it's like, why? You know how many people will kill to be in the position you are, that truly loves America? And it's like they always bring up the best of America. Like, that's the only thing about us. Like, any other country doesn't have any bad history, but it's good things about each country, especially America. That's why people constantly try to get here, and not any other country like Italy or Canada or like the or Japan or whatever. It's not that same fervor like it is with America. It's kind of wild, but I'm curious to see this video here. So follow Leaflit, and definitely check out my channel where I like my YouTube channel and my Twitch as a reactive videos, play video games, as well as review content like comics, TV shows, and movies. Without further ado, let's check out Kick Them Out.
As America rejects ungrateful athletes. Oh, my favorite. I love ingratitude. My favorite topic by Cash Jordan over here.
The NFL is competing with the Olympics to try and
check out Cash Jordan.
offend as many people as possible, and I can't
most
tell
people
who's
don't
winning.
understand the lyrics because you're speaking it in what they deem to be a foreign language. That is a legitimate point that the president made. That part.
He's right.
That doesn't mean they had a problem with it.
They couldn't understand the
I'm just saying
music.
His statement that most people didn't understand anything he was saying.
And lucky for us, the athlete.
Chat, is it true? Hold on. Was this about the Super Bowl?
I honestly gotta say, first of all, people are more talking about the halftime show more so than the actual game, because the game was kind of like a blowout. It was kind of pointless. It was more entertaining with like the Bears, the last several Bears games. It was a whole lot more entertaining because half of those were like nail biters. It's like really was like interesting, but the Seahawks and Patriots game was so boring and such a blowout. It wasn't even entertaining. So more people are talking about the whole Bad Bunny situation more so than the actual game. Then you got the whole Kid Rock secondary halftime show, because it caused this whole kerfuffle, because which is going to be setting like a precedent now, because now whoever's going to be the like halftime presenter next time probably going, if they are if they're not super left leaning, they're gonna have like people making secondary stuff for their own Super Bowl thing. It's gonna be like a whole wild situation. I'm just guessing, but aside all that, I don't know any Bad Bunny song whatsoever. I mentioned this before. The only time like was tuned into anything Bad Bunny related was when he was on the Happy Gilmore 2 movie. Outside of that, I don't know anything about Bad Bunny. I don't know any of his songs. I keep hearing people don't know any of his music. I guess they liked his vibes. It's all about the vibes, I guess. Sure, maybe. But I don't often use this term, but I think he is one of those industry plants, because he just got super popular, just seemingly out of nowhere, and he's pretty much like forced into the zeitgeist. Because you don't think there's some kind of like, like shoulder nudging or hands shaking behind the scenes to try to get him, not in a normal sense, but more so like nefarious sense, because he is pushing a particular movement with the whole immigration thing that was going off at the Grammys, and then like, because which is kind of weird with Jay-Z and the Epstein files and all that other stuff going on, like they got like all this stuff going on to push him, like, okay, we got to have him there to get like even though he's been touting this stuff, people worrying about how many, like, oh, there's gonna be ICE agents there arresting people in masks because there's gonna be a bunch of Spanish speaking people there, and all this unnecessary worry going on at the stadium. I'm pretty sure it was in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what stadium they was playing in, but it's all this little worry, which shouldn't have been a worry at all, because why not like just keep this kind of crap separate? Being like you're an entertainer, you should be like as neutral as freaking possible, because you want to entertain people, not just a particular demographic. And that's the issue here. You're there to entertain. No one cares about your own political beliefs. Leave that crap at the door. But because it's so divisive, and let's be honest, people on the far left, not the general Democratic Party, but people on the far left are forcing these like divisions themselves. Let's be real. Because why you get somebody so divisive who just can't leave that crap at the door to be put on this big stage like the Super Bowl? Because like somebody like Prince, or even somebody like J-Lo and Shakira, they you don't need to know their political stuff. They are super entertaining, and most of that stuff you can understand, and you can actually, more people know more J-Lo songs and Shakira songs than they do Bad Bunny. Let's be real. And they can actually sing along to that stuff. Like, nobody can really sing along to any Bad Bunny things that isn't Spanish speaking.
Is it true that the song was just like dick, 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 dick and ass, dick? Is that true? Is that true?
Say that again. I like
dick. Is that true? Is that true?
Athlete.
Chat, is it true? Hold on. Was this about the Super Bowl? Is it true that the song was just like dick, 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 dick and ass, dick? Is that true? Is that true?
I like the way she said it.
Oh man, guys. So you're telling me
it sounds so a lot even funnier with like the anime character she has, and like the way she said it, all that made it even more funny. It's like, what?
Telling me, chat, we had that playing at the Super Bowl, just like, I have a girlfriend, she likes dick. Yeah, that's what I heard it was about. So that's true. But I heard it was like an extra layer because it was in Spanish. So it wasn't even in English, the dick and the ass thing that they were saying over and over.
That's why I've been hearing fairly recently that his music, isn't very, it isn't even very PG-13. Heck, by comparison, the way people describes the actual lyrics, it makes a song like WAP seems very it makes WAP PG-13 by comparison, apparently. It's just kind of like, wow. And they let this dude do all that in Spanish, thinking he's slick, like somebody else who do understand Spanish can translate. It's wild.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So guys, say what you will about AI slop, but would you rather have dick in the ass, my girlfriend loves dick, or would you rather have this?
British not skittish, my jolly good chap. British not skittish and done with this crap. British not skittish with the noise from the nap to take you. For your skull a good rap, raise your pint, lads in the back street, below, flashing purple.
I'm trying to avoid the copyright.
Give you the lyrics. It was you I keep killing with the you. Pussy with dick. Dick with ass. Pussy with dick. Dick with ass. Yeah. Aren't you guys so happy that Suno exists, chat? You know, Suno might not be so bad after all, right, chat? Might be a good thing, actually. Might be great.
And lucky for us, the athletes at the Olympics are speaking English.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration.
Really?
It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and
What does this
try
have to
and
do with
fight
sports?
for our human rights.
Human
And
rights?
Now,
You know, here's the thing. Here's the Ben Grimm. They're perfectly well within their rights to voice whatever concerns that they might have. And that's fine. But there's certain places where you gotta check that crap at the door. And like something like the Olympics, where you're supposed to have cheer and represent America as a whole, and not like a fringe group in America, and especially America that is with a president, whether you agree with him or not, is representing he's the president of the free world. And sure, you might not like his personality, certain political policies. That's fine and dandy, but he's still the president. You're supposed to give him some level of respect. And since, even though you might not feel he's representing America all that well in your purview, you need to, it's like, think of it as like a couple, all right? In like a fairly decent relationship, like an average relationship. Every couple has their own issues. But when you step out of that door, you're a representative and reflective of your partner. And for all intents and purposes, to everybody else outside your house, your relationship, I want to say perfect, but you don't see any cracks in it. They don't need to know like your little blow up fight over the milk carton that y'all had. They don't even know all that stuff. For all intents and purposes, like, your girl is Wonder Woman and your man is Superman. For all intents and purposes, that's what the image that you need to cultivate for the public at large. That's how these athletes and the I want to say the actors, but primarily a little focus on this. You just go with like the Olympians right now. For all intents and purposes, you don't even have to say anything nice about the president. You just leave that, you just say something bland like, yeah, he's our president. Certain things like, I agree with, and certain things I don't. That's real. It's very middle of the road kind of stuff. But I'm proud to represent the country that I'm from, and hopefully they're proud of me. Leave it at that, okay? You don't necessarily need to be ultra patriotic, but you are still representative, and you should have this image where yeah, my country is awesome, okay, and I'm proud to represent them and everybody back home. For all intents and purposes, that's what the world at large need to see right now. That we are a pillar of strength for the world, just like every other country has Olympians to represent them as like a pillar of strength for their respective countries. But it's almost always our country and maybe the UK, they always have people like this. They can't seem to like keep that kind of stuff to themselves. They can have their personal feelings all day long. That's perfectly fine. Nobody say they couldn't. But for worldwide stage like this, keep that crap to yourself. You're like, representing the world. You like, give our country some respect. And they're not doing that. I'm sadly.
Now, especially, it's not just affecting the queer community, but many other communities. And I think that we are able to support each other in a way that
Are you serious?
We didn't have to before. And because of that, it's made us a lot stronger.
So at the Olympics, where American athletes from the most prosperous country on earth compete with representatives of despotic regimes, America is the place where nobody has any human rights.
Most of the athletes, they're incredible, they're patriotic, they're so grateful to be there, and we're happy to have them there representing our country.
Shaygo, thank you so much for the bits. These are the lyrics of middle school SoundCloud rapper who thinks they're hot shit. He has to be an industry plant for him to get to the Super Bowl, actually. Oh, man.
But then you have someone like Amber Glenn who talks like this with vocal fry, and she's out there in Milan trashing our country, saying it's so hard for the queer community. First off, sweetie, as a gay man living in America, it's never been a better time, okay? We have equal rights, the border is secure, crime is coming down, the economy's going up, the S&P 500. I don't know about you, but what rights have you lost? All they know is victimhood. And let me also just say, I know some folks are going to try to cancel me for this. I don't want to see this new ugly rainbow pride flag at the Olympics. So
this is what I was talking about in a previous reaction video. This is exactly what I was talking about. There are gay people who are reasonable and rational, can point out this is dumb. Even they admit, because they're level-headed. They ain't like in that group thing. They have rational perspectives, and they can conclude as a part of this community, and they can fully admit that flag is dumb, and there are certain people, bad faith individuals in that community, are taking things way too far, and they're ruining any achievement or progress that they have made over the generations, and completely uprooting it by putting all this stuff, all their business, all that stuff, and permeating the zeitgeist and everything imaginable that you can think of. And it's nauseating, and it's going to turn the tide where making people who were indifferent or did not care or supportive into people they are going to be worried about as, probably, people who actually will hate them for being this, that, and a third. Because they're getting kind of sick of it, and they eye rolling. They can't go to a simple movie right nowadays without somebody, like having a 5-minute moment to lecture about, or like not a movie. Perfect example that what was that video game, pulling a barf, or something like that, where you got characters who, like, some random character being non-binary, anybody who misgendered them, they gotta do push-ups. And it's like, it's things like that, where, like, even some people, gay people, look at that, it's like, that is nauseating. That is nauseating. It's eye-rolling. That's the part where you take things too far and putting it in every little thing imaginable, where people gonna be like, if they hear normal people who back in the day would not care about who you choose to sleep with, will now be like, every time they like hear like, oh, you like, you're a lesbian woman, and they like, oh God. And it's like, not because like you're gay in of itself, but the fact that, are you the type of gay person that will throw a fit because like you probably don't believe in a lifestyle, or you say a joke that might have a gay person in the joke or something like that, and have like a pissy fit about it, or something that makes a whole mountains out of anthills for a small little slight that could have just been brushed off, or have like this kind of flag in their bios or something like that. It's like, it's a lot. It's just a lot. I'm sorry. Okay, and I don't want that to happen to people of like the gay or bi or those the communities. Like, I don't want them to having to go through that kind of strife, all because bad faith actors in the communities are ruining any type of progress that they did make that was on a good faith pathway back in the day, but now it's all uprooted because they got crap like this in the Olympics.
Okay, it's the American flag or nothing else.
Dang. That's what I'm talking about.
And maybe Amber Glenn and some of these female athletes who want to trash the Trump administration and trash our country, they should just show some gratitude, right?
Yup,
protect the integrity of women's sports.
They gotta teach kids gratitude when they're kids. Dude, it's gotta be like pure fucking gratitude. You're gonna personally write a fucking thank you letter to everyone that gives you a Christmas gift. And you're gonna sign that shit.
And one of his first things he ever did in office was sign an executive order to protect women athletes. But y'all don't want to say anything about that.
Meanwhile, the NFL's still not sure how they put together the most offensive halftime show ever. Listen
when you
to
guys
this.
chose Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl, there was some blowback from that. I wonder what you make of that situation and what went into the decision to choose Bad Bunny as your Super Bowl halftime performer.
Great question.
He's one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world.
Why is he popular? From what I'm understanding, people cannot give a good list of Bad Bunny songs. It's like, that's what people say interesting play, because it's like he's popular, but for what reason? Yeah, sure, he's an artist, but like I said, people can't like give like a without actually having to look it up. Don't try to be slick in like in the comments like, oh, this he said this. Like no, I'm like operate on some good faith mindset, people, without having to look it up. Well, like, you know, just off the top of your head, list like all these different songs that, you know, he like you would know that's coming from Bad Bunny, whether it's fully Spanish or not. Because like comparison to like something like J-Lo, I can give a good list of J-Lo songs, most of which are English and most of it are not, but or at least he's sprinkling in some Spanish here and there. Like you know, Get Right, Poppy. We got like crap. What was the one we did with like LL Cool J? I'm sorry. It was way back in the 90s. This is going not in the 90s, the early 2000s. This is going way back. I'm showing my age right now. All I pride is all I had. Like that song. It's just like you can easily point out certain like Spanish artists and give like some songs here. Like I'm pretty sure plenty of people can list plenty of Pitbull songs. There's plenty of people who can list a good chunk of Shakira songs. But for some reason, Bad Bunny is like people are hard pressed to come up with 3 songs of his off the top of their head. Don't you think that's kind of weird? If he's that popular.
That's what we try to achieve.
Look at how nervous he is.
It's an important stage for us. It's an important element to the entertainment value.
It's important. It's important. It's carefully thought through.
I would say that I'm not sure we've.
Yeah, fucking profound.
Fuck is Leaflit. Blowback or criticism.
More profound words have never been spoken in the English language than pussy with dick. True.
Oh yeah, so it's always
hard to
blowback.
do it when you have literally hundreds of millions of people that are watching. But we're confident it's going to be a great show.
He sounds like he's repeating the reasons he was given for why they had to choose the performer that they chose. But not to be outdone, our Olympic athletes can't stand representing our...
Yeah, clearly there's some wheels greasing in order to get this particular artist to play the halftime show. Because he's right think, not like, you know, right as in political wise, but, you know, he says the right things, you know, in the Grammys, for example, among like the certain Californians or Hollywood bubble. He says the right thing. So of course we gotta, and he's a person Puerto Rican ancestry. Oh, he doesn't agree with the illegal immigration. He does all this stuff. Oh, we gotta put him in just to stick it to like people who don't march with us in terms of illegal immigration. And it's like, oh my God, like, you know, he thinks the way we do. We got to get him on the world stage just to stick it to like Trump and his administration, anybody who voted for him, just to, I don't know, just to like, you know, thumb their nose into the situation. And honestly, I've seen the halftime show. Nothing to write home about. By comparison to the previous 5, you know, it's really nothing to write home about. In all honesty, let's be real. Let's peel back the layers a little bit. It is just a not the same, like, you know, because Puerto Rico is part of like the American, is part of America, of course, but it's just like they're trying to do a political statement without saying any political statement. Not trying to be divisive, but you really are. Like, what else you do by having like a guy in a taco truck or taco like kiosk or something like that, or sugar canes, or like whatever kind of, you know, brushes that you have people hiding inside. Like, what else you're saying here beyond what you're, you know, like trying to say? You're trying to pull some stunt and like without having to be vocal about it. You're trying to be subtle, but you're not being subtle.
Country.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right
mixed
now.
Emotions.
It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on
it's
that
hard.
I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it like aligns what? With my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it.
Our tax dollars go to these people. Do they not? You're fired!
Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent.
Get the fuck out!
Wait, what? Did he just say, just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I'm representing them? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Why else would you wear it? On an Olympic stage, what else would you wear it? That's the whole point. You are wearing essentially the colors, the uniform of the country, your country of origin. Oh, God, you are representing it. I'm not saying you need to agree with every little thing that America does, but stop treating it like America is this horrible monster villain of a country that does everything wrong imaginable. How's that right to free speech treating you? Your Second Amendment. How's that 19th Amendment, ladies? How's all those like going for you right now? All those things, the Bill of Rights, you know, like all that stuff, like, you know, I'm pretty sure they're just like, yeah, but that's beside the point, right? Like you talking all this, you know, many other countries, you know, have their citizens locked up for even saying anything negative about their leader, but you said everything. You call Trump everything but a child of God all day long, and notice there's no Secret Service yeeting you out of your house and home. Notice that? You gotta notice that, you know? You can say everything imaginable about that guy. Of course, the worst thing he can do is like call you a bunch of names on Twitter or whatever. That's part of the worst thing he'll do to you. But, you know, hey, like he's this level of a monster compared to somebody like anybody in like maybe Mexico or China who would gladly yeeting you out of your house and home and throwing you in a prison cell without any due process, you know, never to be seen again. But yeah, our country's the worst.
In the U.S.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
not for the country.
I denounce the
unconsensual
rubbing of
you and protected you. Oh no,
thank you.
But somebody might have gotten to this guy. Now he says there is so much that is great about America, but there are always things that could be better. One of the many things that makes this country so amazing is that we have the right and freedom to point that out. The best part of the Olympics is that it brings people together while these athletes spew nothing but divisiveness about our country.
That's what I said before, man. It's almost always the far leftists that are sowing this division. Where you something like you can't lead that crap in certain establishments like the Olympics, where you're supposed to be together. You claim you want to bring people together, but you let certain bad faith actors, cause for their division. Okay, nobody's saying America is a perfect country. No country is perfect. We all got our skeletons. But, by this modern age, we are far better position than back in 1776. We're far better than what it was in maybe 1886. We're far better than it was maybe in 1976. But, it's baby steps, people. But you gotta feel some level of gratitude that we live in a country like, America, where we can build our own establishments. Capitalism isn't perfect, but it's the best system in the world. Especially in America, where you can establish your own business and entrepreneurship, make something of yourself from the ground up, self-made kind of thing. You rarely get that in any other country. But there are good things to say about America. There are actually good things, contrary to popular belief. But it's not a good idea to say all that stuff in certain spaces, especially in Hollywood, where it's like, oh, you're proud of this country. What about all the racism and everything? Yeah. When was the last time somebody got that cross burned on their lawn? When was the last time? Okay, what? Back then, 1940 something, 50 something, 60 something? Yeah, 60 years ago. Yeah, very rarely seen, even in the South. You gotta be hard pressed to actually find that. You actually have to actively look for it. But, I'm not saying there ain't racist parts in the country, but you gotta actively look for it. You have to physically, do some serious research to actively find something that's akin to what you're describing. By and large, there isn't like that. There isn't like a groundswell of, boom, turn to your left. There's a racist person ready to take your, ready to lynch you here and there. It isn't like that. Okay. By and large, you can walk down the street and it just have live a normal life. It's kind of crazy that you just make this country paint this broad brush of the country in this super negative light, and you do it so freely and frivolously without any forethought. Now this dude, this Olympian, want to walk it back and do this tweet. And it's no, you should think, people. You wouldn't have to do this little backpedaling that this guy does.
When we would all not care whatsoever about what divides us, if people would just get up there and say, hey, we're all different. That's what makes us great. Go USA. That's all these athletes have to say, but they won't say it.
That it's made us a lot stronger.
I think they need to use their platform to speak truth to power and all this other crap. And it's I get it. You're human. You are living in this country. There are things that you probably are passionate about, but it's this is a way to do it, and there's a time and a place for it. The Olympic stage, the Oscars, Grammys, they're not the place to do any of that crap. Maybe on a podcast. On your own time when you want to do some kind of news interview or something like that, talk to, Oprah or something like that, to say like there's a cause that you're concerned about. Like that's one thing. That's the kind of spots that if as a celebrity, you can put that passion into where people really be hard pressed to say it's not right. It's like, no, this would be a proper setting. But something like the Olympics, it's like, yeah, that's an issue.
Hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times.
Can you just ski or whatever the fuck? Oh, what the?
Like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like shut up and dribble kind of thing. Shut up and act. Shut up and play sports. Shut up and play your music. There's certain things where it's like, no one comes to a concert or a sporting event to hear your political takes. It's not the place for it. I'm sorry. It might sound mean, but it's just like, please, spare me. Okay?
Hell, Pete's Face, thank you so much for the kicks. Thank you. Bad Bunny songs are just human generated slop. Fucking real, man. Fucking real. Yeah, can you just go down the slope?
These are self-help motivational influencers that just happen to wear figure skates or skis, and they are here to use their platform to tell you what to think.
Oh my god, I'm like so good at this sport that just makes me a better person than everyone else. So you should just totally listen to me when I tell you that everything is like so really, really, really bad.
So the Bad Bunny performance.
Life is just so hard. You don't understand. It's so bad.
Ended at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I
might be representing this country, but I hate it.
understand a thing he said. Neither did the rest of America. And the left got their 30 minutes of defiance to this administration.
That's what this was.
But guess what hasn't changed? Donald Trump's still your president, and ICE is still out there deporting people.
Wow.
Have a nice day.
Ooh. But that's what this is about. This is about defiance. This is about making it look like everyday regular American athletes and superstars and movie stars who are just like me and you and live on Main Street and shop at the local grocery store are outraged by President Trump. It's crazy that this has infested every sporting event we can watch now.
Represent the U.S. This is being able to represent the U.S. at this stage in the Olympics is one of the greatest honors that I've ever had. So
thank you.
I'm really grateful to be here representing the red, white, and blue.
Right.
I think it kind of means the world. It's
not that difficult. Okay. I'm pretty sure he has his own personal issues that in the country that like he doesn't agree with, but he checked that at the door because he understands the setting he's in. He understands the bigger picture. He ain't trying to make it about him.
It's really like a whirlwind of emotions. Flying here this morning, hanging out in the village all day, and then getting fitted for our clothes, and just meeting athletes, and then coming here and practicing. And now it's all like, oh my gosh, like day one's over. Like it's kind of crazy. So.
Yep.
Does anyone care what his political beliefs are? Does anybody care who he voted for? No.
Guys, I'm kind of seeing a link here with, like if I had to guess, right? Like if I had a tricorder right now and I were to, check their testosterone levels, I'd say there's probably like a correlation there, just based on the people I've seen so far.
He's put those things aside to just say that it's an honor to be at the Olympics representing America, something a whole bunch of people tried out for the opportunity to do, and only a very small number of people were selected.
Experience Japan on a journey customized to you. Explore
to do.
That's why they're so important. That's why we have to listen to what they have to say.
Make sure I understand. You worked your off since you were born to get really, really good at a sport. You made it to the Olympics team, not even an alternate.
Who the fuck is Leaflit? You made it.
You get on a plane, go overseas to a strange foreign land, sit down, and instead of talking about your sport, you decide you're going to talk about and take questions about how much you can't stand the country.
Right.
Whose flag you're wearing on your chest.
Right.
What the is wrong with you?
And even if the interviewers, the reporters, let's just say, are asking me like their like take on certain issues that's going on in the U.S., you don't have to answer that. You don't have to bite the bait. You're gonna say like, yeah, we have our, situations. Hopefully, it gets resolved. There's people out there fighting a good fight, but America's still pretty a great country, and I'm still honored to represent it as a whole. Something basic as that. You can acknowledge, certain faults, but that doesn't make up the totality of the country.
Shouldn't be there. Somebody who loves the country should be there, even if
I would rather have somebody worse. I'd rather have a worse athlete than these people. I'm just being real.
they suck at the sport and won't even get in the top 10.
Yep.
They should be there.
I totally agree.
Proud of where they're from. You think you're better off in Italy? Have you seen the history of Italy?
Yeah.
And by the way, what are you complaining about in the United States? What specifically do you think you know? Because I'm here to tell you, you don't know what you think you know. So,
I kind of wish somebody would do. Maybe I should do it. I don't know. You should let me know in the comments if I should do this. But now I'm thinking about it. What I want to do is go through the list of countries, maybe not all of them, but maybe a good solid 10 countries, and fact check their, past upheavals, but past, skeletons, and give them a list of all like the horrible atrocities that they have done, probably like the 80s and 70s or even further back than that, and say like, oh, aside from maybe Germany, we already kind of got to know what like Germany's little, past issues were, and like give you a list of stuff like, oh yeah, America is all that horrible, like like we're such a monster country. Okay, here's the thing, like in Kenya. Here's something's going on like back in the day, what happened with Canada and their atrocities. Oh, look at this. Scotland did this. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, like, Russia did this. Oh, wow, look at this. It's like, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, America is like the, worst country on this planet. Like, we the only ones that did anything horrible, like, to black people or gay people or whatever like that. Oh, oh, Ireland. Look at what Ireland did back in 18 something. Oh, but we're America. America is like, we're the only ones that had like some kind of negative past, that we didn't take steps to try to better ourselves and be better than we was back then. But our country's the bad one. Ridiculous. It's like, no, like you haven't taken a freaking history class before.
Instead of going there and representing my family and me and our flag of this country, you're representing your own lunacy.
Right.
Guys, I'm telling you, if I become president, my first order as president, okay, guys, my executive order, Leaflit's executive order, is I'm going to call it my new immigration program. Okay? And my goal is to encourage immigration. However, it's an exchange program. We exchange one of these fucks for a person from Hong Kong that really, really loves freedom and flies the American flag in their protest, and they were like, I want my freedom back because it was taken from me. Or like someone from the UK that says, you know what? I got in trouble because my dog did the Hitler salute. And now I'm going to jail. I want to go to America because fuck this place. I say we trade them 1 for 1. What do you think, chat? We trade them 1 for 1 for these freaks. Yeah, exchange program. It's going to be great. Make immigration great again. Leaflit.
That's not a bad idea. So it's kind of like scare straight. Kind of like, oh, like you think like, our stuff is like so bad. Okay, send your butt to China. See like how that goes for a while. Okay? Say something of any slight by UK standards, let your butt go to prison for a while over there. For no matter how much you apologize, you still said it. They don't have, they have no qualms putting you in prison over a word that really is probably, in the grand scheme of things, a benign word, but they will not care. Yeah, try it out.
Never.
Representing your own unintelligentness.
Thank you.
Which isn't a word. You're representing your own delusion about what you think is going on in the country that gave you all this opportunity.
Right. You have to have a twisted view of this country to be an Olympic athlete or to be a Super Bowl performer and to be in America with all of the freedoms and things.
In fact, you know, I'll do them, I'll do a 2-for-1 deal. When, like, the first year I get into office, 2-for-1 deal. We'll trade one of these people for two people that that want to be American, love America. I'll do a 2-for-1 special. I take that trade.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
That we have that are protected by law enforcement and by our military and by certain presidents much more than others. And to do it while you've got an iPhone using the internet to espouse
damn good trade. I'd make that trade. Damn good trade.
Inside your phone in this little bubble that you've trapped yourself in. It's a delusion. But I guess if you think you're part of some resistance movement and you think that your opportunity to be at the Olympics on behalf of America is so that you can save America from itself, you're gonna say stuff like this.
I know that a lot of people say you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics.
Yeah.
But politics affect us all. It is something that I will not just be quiet about because
not when you're representing America.
It is something that
time and a place, lady. I always say you can't voice certain concerns you have about the country, but there's certain places that you got to check that crap at the door. Matter of fact, this is not even just you playing a sport. You're at a place of work, technically. You're getting paid, to play a sport. But even beyond that, you are representing the world stage of your country. You can cut that off for 5, or at least I'll say 5 minutes, but just for the time that you're there, leave that crap at the door. Especially when you're in view of the public, you're not like shaking up the world by calling out your country. It's like you're gonna make other countries look how pathetic our country is by comparison. You don't think China have issues? You don't hear none of their players thinking like, oh, on the world stage, I'm gonna voice my concerns. Like they won't get any kind of trouble. That they won't yeet them off the platform right in front of everybody, or at the very least, if one of the male figure skaters from China who dare say anything bad about his respective country, you think the next game you'll see him again? Time and the place.
affects us in our everyday lives. So, of course, there are things that I disagree with, but as a community, we are strong and we support each other.
Like, oh my God, I looked in the mirror and I looked at my skin color and it bothered me like so much.
How does ICE deporting people in the country illegally?
Do you even know what my ancestors might have probably could have done? Oh my God. It's terrible.
Have a negative effect on her life? That's a question that I have. And the way that it affects people negatively is if they see the president doing it and then they see polling like this.
Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56% majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue.
We sure have, and the new polls are even worse if you want an open border.
It's because they sort of get at the underlying feelings that people have. So this is about as blunt a question as you can get. Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%. ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here...
Did I make that song in that time? Yeah, do you know how fast I type?
is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because
unless you're...
So what I did was I did like a flow of consciousness, right? So I have a prompt set up, and what I do is I just write like a long ass paragraph of like what the song is about and the tone of the song, and like at like what point to like do each like part. Like this goes in the chorus, this goes here, and I flow of consciousness. I write it in like a giant like paragraph. I just like keep typing, and then I have the AI organize that into lyrics.
An athlete on television.
That's how I do the fast songs, like the songs I just do like immediately on stream. What is it, Guild? Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you for the bits. Do I wash or thank you, Manipul, as well. Thank you. Sapphire says, what does the Guild application do? It used to do like more, but it just gives you a secret room on Discord. It's not really much anymore. It used to give you like a little portrait like on screen, but
who the fuck is Leaflit?
Things happened. And thank you, Papa Caps as well. Thank you so much. I might use it for something else. I mean, we'll see. And again, thanks for the gift sub to Astray. Thank you.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
But yeah, I just basically typed like you know, the stuff about like Tom Homan and I typed all of that stuff up basically and like threw it in there. Like I wrote I wrote exactly. Yeah, it's like you know, like 56% of Americans agree with you. Deport all 11 million illegals. You love I love deportation. You love deportation. Forced deportation. Voluntary deportation. They can even have $2,000 if they go home. We're gonna deport all the families. It's gonna be beautiful. Just like stuff like that.
Your platform gives you the right to stomp on our country.
There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of violence.
Okay.
It can be tough to reconcile that when you're also competing for medals in an Olympic event.
What do you mean reconcile?
I actually have some thoughts. I can read something that I had written if you guys don't mind.
Please.
So last night,
bless us with
at
this.
the opening ceremonies, Charlize Theron, she had quoted Nelson Mandela, and I don't have.
Leafless. It's just a. Oh my god, that was good. Oh my god, that's why I like a lot of these VTubers. It's like certain their animations just be cracking me up, man.
Cut off the top of my mind because I'm not brilliant. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where we can all flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, class, caste, or any other social markers of difference.
No one disagrees with that.
For me, as this relates to the Olympics, I'm really hoping to show up and represent my own values of inclusivity, values of
the cringe stuff that we're talking about, man. It's like, if they start off, let me quote Nelson Mandela. It's like, your brain really just shuts off at that moment. It's like, ugh. Especially like, you know, like a privileged white woman like, you know, Charlize Theron. And it's like, ugh. Just, ugh.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
You know, I gotta say, for being a liberal white woman speaking, sit down. I gotta say, like, as an American, for people that are in other countries, you guys must be so fucking annoyed by this shit. This this annoying, obnoxious, like grandstanding on the stage, just like Americans just being like, oh my god, we're like such good people, and like I hate what's going on because like I'm with you. Like you guys must hate it. It must be so annoying.
Diversity.
And America doesn't represent those values, according to these people, even though they are here precisely.
This is why we had Ricky Gervais pointed it out years ago. And like he mentioned in the past Oscars on social media, they have not learned anything. Because they refuse to acknowledge the cringiness and the grandstanding that need to be just tempered down or just back it off, please. Accept your award, thank your God, thank your agent, and just move on.
Because of the inclusivity and freedom all Americans enjoy. Americans don't care what your beliefs are. We want to see people do the thing that makes them great. We don't want to watch the Olympics or watch the NFL to have someone attack our belief system and bring politics into everything. Do politics affect all of us? Yeah, they do, but that's kind of why people want to watch sports sometimes. And these athletes are...
You know what? True. You guys did subject us to Greta Thunberg, so I actually do know what it feels like.
Are ruining it.
Holy
kindness
fuck.
And sharing.
Sharing.
However you book, first check Kayak to search hundreds of travel sites at once and compare hotel prices to find a great deal.
The $10 Big New Yorker. It's a big deal. And it's only at Pizza Hut.
I can't remember.
Tenacity, work ethic, showing up with my team every single day, like I said before, the values that we bring and put out on the mountain and on the hill every single day. I'm hoping to represent those who have been supporting me this entire time. And I'm really thankful to be here.
Are you? Really? Are any of these people thankful to be there? It sounds like they wish they were competing for another country, but can't for some reason because that other country already has a team.
Doing campaign stuff today, heading back to the house, stopped at this gas station, and I'll let you know something that really irritates me pretty bad. Looking at what's going on right now with the Olympics, we've got people on Team USA who are talking about how they're not sure that they can wear the American flag or support the uniform.
Yeah, get the hell out. Get out. Leave.
Take it off.
You got a bunch of
Thank you, Kelsey.
elitist crybabies with a silver spoon in their mouth, out athletes performing on behalf of the United States of America. They're softer than a Tootsie Roll cupcake. If you have a problem with the United States of America and wearing that uniform and representing us on the world stage, take off the uniform.
I can't.
Move to
Bro,
Iran,
I can't.
stay in
That's
Iran,
fucked up.
stay where you're at in Italy. Don't really care where
I
you
can't
stay,
show
just
it
don't
on
come back
stream.
here. We literally have people all over the world trying to cross
Who
our
the
borders
fuck is
illegally.
Leaflit?
They're knocking down our doors to get in this country.
It says, based on the truth, it's a movie poster. It's a movie poster for a movie, and the subtitle of the movie is inspired by true events, the incredible story of two retards, and one of them is driving a car. And
you know what? That list I was talking about, I want to utilize these so-called, like, you know, make sure I add to the list the so-called, like, perfect countries that we should be like Canada or the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure you do a deep dive research, they got some real serious issues in their past too. And he's like, oh, it doesn't compare now by back then. Well, like, you comparing like what happened back in the day with America to now? Like, we haven't made any, you know, progress at all. Legitimate progress, not these fake progress that leftists, certain leftists, claim that they need to be. It's like what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. So yeah, you can do like comparison, like we're vastly different from back in 1776. But you keep bringing up things like, you know, the 1940s or like in the 60s or stuff like that. Why can't we do the same thing with any other country that have issues? No country is perfect. You need to get to your heads. It's like we got to get over ourselves.
there's ICE agents. Let's just leave it at that.
Because of all of the opportunities that we offer that you were born into, that you have.
And that's the crazy thing about this. We've got these people, these college-educated athletes who are out there telling us how America's wrong and how America's evil and how America's the worst place ever and how every community in this country's under attack. Meanwhile, they're also saying we should have an open border. Why? We should close the border if these people are right and protect people from coming into America under false pretenses when they're just going to get attacked. If anything, these people should be the greatest advocates for border security ever born in America because it's so awful. We should wall it off and save people from it. But they don't want to do that either.
They're going to sit there like...
That's a good point. It's kind of like if America is bad as like certain these celebrities or whomever claim there is, then why don't you tell people not to come here? Why don't you help the ICE agents get these people out of here? Because this country is so evil. then you have to admit there is something good about this country that have these people wanted to sneak in or go through the paperwork to come here. You have to admit that, because you can't have it both ways.
Some sort of idealist and say, oh, I don't know if I can represent USA. Well, then turn in your stuff and leave.
Get
this
the
country
hell
was built
out.
On patriotism. This country was built on the willingness to give your life for the ideals of freedom that we hold dear. And this outlines
That's right.
Play sports.
The American flag,
For
the
our
colors
country.
on the American flag stand for three things. Red stands for our resilience and our willingness to give our blood for what we believe in. The blue, truth and justice and steadfastness. We're going to stay the course no matter what. In white, purity and honesty, we seek truth
No
and
wonder
justice.
they hate
in
the
this
flag.
nation.
These
That's
folks.
what we do. And it seems like a bunch of these idealists, those representing Team USA in the Olympics right now, don't believe that. I've had many buddies come back overseas with that flag draped across their coffin. There are many men who gave their lives and gave their blood. There are many women who gave their lives and their blood. Kids who gave up families, gave up their fathers, gave up their mothers, so that we can live in this wonderful free country that we have. And you've got a bunch of clowns crying about it as they're over benefiting and partaking in something that they didn't earn.
Right.
That was given to them.
These are not people who earned their citizenship. It was not that they obtained it because they're a great skier or a great athlete or that they're a super smart genius. And for some reason they feel repressed. And they're offended to be here. And that's why they want us to be offended when we see them on TV, whether it's the NFL or the Olympics.
Why does it have to be about all of that nonsense in the first place? It doesn't have to be.
Who the
The
fuck
whole
is
halftime
Leaflit?
football with Bad Bunny should have never happened. And I'm going to tell you why. And it has nothing to do with him being Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico. It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with them trying to be divisive in this country.
Right.
This is not bringing the country together. They could have picked another artist, someone who's not been controversial, someone who's not been crying and kicking and screaming, talking about, oh my goodness, the MAGA Republicans are doing this, or even the lunatic liberals.
They should just play my song. They should play my song and Sky Browser's songs. It'll be better.
That's what's so frustrating about all of this. It doesn't have to be divisive. The Olympics don't have to be divisive. They shouldn't be divisive. The NFL doesn't have to be divisive. It's America's national pastime. It shouldn't be divisive. But there are people who want it to be that way. That's what's going on here. It is purposeful division, and it's not being led by the people who would actually take time out of their day to watch this stuff.
They're doing that. They could have brought someone in just to perform. You remember when Prince performed? I don't think anybody was complaining about Prince being black. I don't think anybody was complaining about Prince wearing high heels.
Right. Nobody cared.
Everybody knew that when Prince was wearing high heels, the women still loved him. There was no question about it. This whole thing about Bad Bunny during the halftime, the radical leftist lunatic liberals right now, they're all in the uproar because we didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to look at it. And you know what? Let me say this too. Bad Bunny did the whole thing in his language, his native tongue, which I don't care about that either.
Yeah, nobody would have cared.
The reason why he was happy to do it in his native tongue, because he could say all the despicable things that he wanted to say, and majority of the people in this country would not know what he's talking about. Have you went and looked at the transcript for his songs? Have you looked at it? All of you black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and then Puerto Rican people, all of you that call yourselves Christians, shame on you. You should know better. You should know better. But you go along with it because you hate Trump so much. Because
That's what this is all about. The same people who say that America should be more united and that there should be less division in our country and that they don't want a president who's so divisive. I mean, these are the people taking something that we can all get behind, the idea of sports, the idea of wearing our country's flag.
The problem with this is, it's like I said, I've been like acutely aware lately of like my tribe, our tribe, the concept of that. Right? Hey, Torgor, thank you for the bits. On the guy mentioning people crossing the border legally, back when I was a toddler, I lived in Roxham Road. Across the border from Champlain, New York, human traffickers would drive vans, end of the road of Canada and end in America, and just the field have a motion sensor in between, and they just run across the field. Oh my God, dude. That's crazy, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Torgor, for 200. Thank you. But I forgot what I was saying.
And doing figure skating or ice hockey or playing football, and they are chopping it right in half, doing everything they can to
tribes, right? Tribes. Like, I've been like more aware of like, and like, I think the whole point before was that America was your tribe, right? It was like America. That was like the team. We were all Team America, but we're not anymore, right? Like, Americans are no longer Team America. There's like, it's like fractured, right? I'm starting to hate these America haters, hating freaks, just being real. I feel it. I feel it in my heart. Like, people disgust me.
People against each other. That's why these ratings are crashing. It's why they're in the tank. People are going to say the NFL's ratings for the Super Bowl are so high, but you got to understand a lot of those viewers were captive viewers. They came to watch the game and had to watch the Super Bowl because the place they were at didn't change the channel for them. Anyways, I think this is all pretty wild. I think America's at a major inflection point. What do you think? I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, it's like we don't really have anything in common anymore, right? It was kind of like, well, I'm willing to like get along. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt because like we're all on the same team, but we're really not anymore. It's really dawning on me. I just don't really feel like we have anything anymore. Like, I have no reason to care about them. Like, they hate me. They want me to die. They want like everything bad to happen to me. So like, why do I, like, I'm kind of tired. I'm tired of being like, well, I care about you because we're American. I'm just tired. I'm tired of it, man. I'm just over it, you know? I'm over it. It's like finally the fatigue is setting in, you know? It's getting to my bones, man. Like, it's like the thing that happened with Rev and the thing that happened with Celestium, like this week, like this like last 2 weeks. I'm just like, man, I'm just so done. I'm so done. It's like so clear and obvious that they hate us and that they're going to do everything in their power to like just shit on us. And I'm just done. I'm done trying to be like, I'm done trying to pretend like we're on the same side. Like, all
right. Yeah, definitely check out Leaflit. I love her freaking channel. But yeah, it's just like it's getting, it's getting out of control at this point. Like I said before, it's not like you can't voice your concerns. It's not like America doesn't have skeletons or things that you want to be better. But there's platforms that you just, and certain industries and certain places that you go to that you have to check it at the door. Like, you know, like the Super Bowl, the Olympics, even like, you know, definitely the award shows. I'm just going to put it out there. Definitely the award shows where all that personal stuff, political beliefs, all that crap, we don't need to know any of that stuff. Not saying that you can't have it, but the public at large do not need to know it. Denzel Washington gave Michael B. Jordan some really good advice where you gotta have some mystery. People don't need to know your political beliefs or all that other stuff. Keep that stuff to yourself. Leave some mystery about yourself. They need to see your kind of like a Greek god at the top of Mount Olympus, pretty much. That's how, like these Olympians and these musical artists and these other actors need to behave. Like, we don't need to know all that stuff. When you're out, on the world stage, any political beliefs, whatever kind of strife, all that stuff, we don't need to know. When your personal time, you do whatever. But if you're on the world stage, accept your award, thank your God, thank your agent, and then move on. Okay? When you're in the Olympics, you're representing your country, and whatever issues your country might be having or used to have, you don't need to drum it up here. Okay? For all intents and purposes, your country is awesome. Like, you're representing America, you better treat America like it's awesome to a fault. Okay? I don't care what these reporters are asking you. You keep a neutral stance on that. Okay? Even if you have issues with it, with the country, whatever it's doing, you don't need to bring it out there. Back home, when you have downtime, when you're out and about, you can say, when a reporter's asking you, what do you think about this and that and the third? On your personal time, we don't got no other obligations with a movie or a TV show or the Olympics or the Super Bowl or the NBA or whatever. You can say hey, this is what I think personally, and it's okay, Like, this is not like, anything, critical that's affecting your business. So you can say, what you really think. But if you're under contract with a movie or you're or a TV show or video game, or if you're the Olympics or whatever sport championship that you're participating in, while you're in that realm, you're clocking in essentially. That personal stuff, political things, whatever agenda, all that stuff, that is at home. That's what they need to start, keeping it in mind. But that's just my thoughts on it. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like I said, definitely follow Leaflit, a great channel, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.